These are the Tarot and Oracle forecasts for the month of December 2018. We have a look at the big energies that will be touching on most of your lives in the month of December in some way or another, or it could tell you the entire story. If you would like to order a personal or private reading, or that incredible soulmate reading, or perhaps a weekly update for your particular star sign, please go to the links in the description box below. Right, Aries, so I'm going to start with your tea leaf reading, and as you can see, I actually made a cup of tea for you and swirled those tea leaves round, so there was a reading within the cup. I then did a little bit something different than what I did for Libra, because yours kind of felt like it needed more to it, and when I took the cards out after I'd looked in the teacup, I did it two separate things. I realized why. So within your teacup, I found sort of contradicting messages, because there was lots of flowers in your teacup, lots of little flowers in your teacup, which means happiness. But also quite clearly in your teacup was a dagger splicing through the center of something. And kind of the instant message I got with that is trouble and worry and feeling as if someone's against you. But the fact that there was these two major sort of slices on either side of the dagger said to me whatever it is would be broken apart. In other words, whatever was causing you the trouble and feeling like someone was against you was going to be taken care of. So then after that, I took out the tea leaf reading cards, and I actually just pulled cards for you to see now what was more to this. You got the sun, which made sense because I'd seen all those flowers in your teacup, which meant happiness. So the sun says happiness and well-being. So ultimately in the month of November, there will be happiness there will be happiness and well-being. It's interesting I said November as well. So I think kind of from the end of November right through to the end of December, yes, that feels right, you will have this mounting sort of happiness in your life. Life will get better. What you have had was family sorrow and dealings with a younger man. So there is a younger man in the month of December that has caused problems. Now remember, this is a general forecast, so for some of you this may not apply. It just might not come up in your, as a general forecast. We're picking up on a big energy that's applying to quite a few Aries, or it's a big energy that's applying to some Aries and is big enough to be picking up in a general reading. However, the key says successful outcome to your problems, and I already saw that in the teacup, didn't I? Somehow the problem is resolved. And it's a temporary problem, the clouds say, and the dog barking says advice from a friend. So somebody is going to give you good advice as how to deal with these problems of a younger man within the family that has been causing you a little bit of maybe heartache, unhappiness, whatever the case may be. But crowning your reading is that Sun card. So ultimately December will not be spoiled by this episode. You will have a good month nonetheless. It will be a temporary problem. You'll find a successful outcome to it, and there will be a friend involved that's going to give you good advice as how to overcome this problem. So if we look at your relationship cards, and this applies to any relationship, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, even though I've used the romance angel cards. It'll just pick up on a relationship that's important to you in your life. I'm going to read you what it says on the cards, but there's more to the spreads than what it says on the cards, because they're a combination of cards, plus of course I receive messages for you. Reading says this situation involves marriage. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And then you have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. New love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So what we're definitely dealing with in the month of December for Aries is a commitment energy. For some of you, you're already in marriages and committed partnerships and relationships. Stay optimistic about it, but do pay attention to where there might be things that need to be taken care of. You can have a resurgence of love for this person, or commitment, or partnership. It is safe for you to open up your heart to them again, or to stay in this partnership or relationship. But don't sweep things under the carpet in the month of December. If there are issues between the two of you that have become a problem, then deal with them. you'll find that this is what causes a resurgence of that commitment to one another and makes it safe again for you to be within or open your heart within this relationship. So, and stay optimistic as well. Whatever that thing is that is bugging you about your relationship at the moment, you can solve it, this reading is saying. You definitely can. And those of you looking for partnerships and relationships, there's a good possibility you can meet someone in December that has marriage potential. Stay optimistic in that department. However, don't overlook. I'll always use the example, old example of mine. You know, you meet a guy or a girl and they're totally into soccer and you're not into soccer, and you just pretend you do like soccer and sweep it under the carpet, and at some stage in life it becomes a major problem because you weren't sort of honest about it right off the bat. And I'm being coughing here, which says speak up. Whenever I need to cough in a reading, I know speak up. If you meet someone new and they say, oh gosh, they're crazy about this or that, be gently honest and say, oh my heavens, it's not really my thing. It's great if you love it, but it's not really my thing. In that way, you probably earn the respect of the person. They'll probably look at you and think, this is great. They're actually going to be honest about what they like and they don't like. And off the bat, we can sort of work our way through this. And it's a new love coming in, definitely. There is this scope for a new love. And it is safe for you to open up to this person, to open your heart to them, despite the fact you may have differences between the two of you. Differences are not always bad. In fact, differences can be very good. If you are honest with each other about them, and you are both willing to navigate your way through this, it can do wonders for a relationship to have different input in it, especially if you can be open and honest with one another about whatever that may be. So nice relationship reading. There's good potential for actually opening up to somebody this month, having a good, honest discussion with them, and being, I think, willing to open up about certain things is important. It will definitely bring a sort of a new resurgence of love to old relationships and partnerships, and bring in a new love into your life, if that is what you're looking for. Your tarot cards are particularly interesting, and you'll see you only have 4, because I drew the cards and it just felt right at 4, and then when I saw what your final card was, I understood why 4 was enough for you. Besides that you have 3 major arcana in this reading, that says a lot. There's a lot of information coming with that. You have the Priest card. In this particular tarot deck, it speaks about needing to find your faith again, needing to find your place where you believe in a greater energy, whether you call it God or Spirit or universe, whatever you want to call it. You need to make that connection again. And it's interesting that that stay optimistic in your relationship reading is very much the same thing. It's about keeping the faith and reconnecting to the faith. So in the month of December, connect back to faith again. Whatever form faith takes for you, it's important to establish that connection or re-establish that connection in the month of December. You need those downloads and the strength that comes from there. The 9 of Fire says that you have morally, intellectually, reached a point in your life where you are quite capable of making good decisions. You are quite capable of walking the path that is destined for you, be it straight and narrow at times, and it feels like that in December. And you can actually show other people the path ahead. Well, that is Aries' job, isn't it? They're the trailblazers. They actually show the people around them where they should be going. And it has a kind of a moralistic feel to it. It's not like I'm right and you wrong kind of feel. It's a kind of a feel where you can see the way ahead more clearly in the month of December than most. And you can see the repercussions of not walking that straight and narrow path, whatever it may be. Because the demon cat then comes up and the fool comes up. And the demon cat says the temptation is to take that path that isn't right. That, and right is different for different people. It really, really is. Your right and my right are not always the same thing, although there are some things which we all agree are right and not right. But it's a case of, your integrity in the month of December is strong. So stick with that integrity. Do not be tempted by those around you to be pushed into doing something you know isn't right for you. Because as I say, Aries is the trailblazer. So blaze that trail of what is right and walk that path in the month of December, because you get the Fool as the final card. And that is saying that you will walk a new path. You will walk a path with trust and optimism that leads you to perhaps places you haven't even been imagined before. If you make the decision to go with what your integrity knows is the right path to walk in December. It's a pretty big message that for you guys. And that cat is so happy. Look at it smelling the flowers. Look at that beautiful gold pergola with the sun rising over it and the fountain. It has that kind of feeling. It has a sort of magical, mystical, wonderful things along the path, and the sun rising for you if you choose that path, the path where you haven't been pressurized into doing something that you know is not actually the right thing to do at this point in your life. So choose the right path with all those lovely goodies on it, and you will have that happiness and well-being that your tea leaf card promised you at the beginning of the month. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you would like any of those readings I offered at the beginning, the personal, private, soulmate, or subscription to weekly updates for your star sign, please contact me via the links in the description box below. That is via the website. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, subscribing, and for those of you that share this video, I truly appreciate it. Those of you that comment, I read every single comment. Thank you very much.